Alright, everybody, it's time to freak out, cause the femboy has a girlfriend! Ah! Yes, I do! Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting me to get one of those, but here we are. Hell has frozen over. I hear it's a good place this time of year, so yeah. Also, happy Sunday. Hello, my delicious people. Welcome to another video. I actually had this weird thing where I kind of sort of had like a miniature argument with myself of like, do I go with the Nikana Prime or do I go with the Spira, right? And if you're wondering, I'm going to show you guys right now what is so special about that, as long as I can do it quickly.
Nothing left to chance if you're
Hey,
bringing real
Varzier,
fire.
please. Okay, there we go. So Saren's here. Saren Prime is in Prime Resurgence, but also so is like Nidus, right? I don't have the Strong or the Magnus, so I'm gonna have to go with Saren's things, and I was like, you know what? Do we go with Nikana, or do we go with Spira? And I have made my
Save your
decision.
shot until you're sure of
Hey,
the target.
hey, okay, yeah, I'll aim, I'll aim. Thank you for reminding me to aim. But, yeah, I decided to go with the Spira today. As always, I will be doing the same thing I always do, which is joining in here, tearing up the build, and essentially showing you what my thought process is, and yeah, We are also going to be using an Enervate build. I love Enervate, and also Lethal Momentum. I do not believe we really need to have, like ammo mutation, but if I run into issues, I'll probably pop another Forma in here, and I'll change it up at the end of the video to show you how I do. Let's go here, Galvanize Diffusion for some multi-shot, as well as multi-shot per kill. Galvanize Shot for more status. Keep in mind, this doesn't really have that much status, so it's not, like, it's gonna have enough multi-shot to capitalize on it, but it's still not very much status. Maybe going with Blast, with Frostbite and Scorch, keeping in mind that the more status you have on things, they are more damage you're going to get with Galvanized Shot. Although it's not going to be our only source of damage, just because I pretty much am a huge stickler for ramp up. No, not ramp up. What's it called? Upfront damage. So yeah. Speaking of which, we're going to be using Hornet Strike, and we're going to be using Merciless Gunfight for punch through and critical damage, which is going to be really nice. We're using Lethal Torrent, which is going to be good for fire rate and multi-shot, which is going to bring our multi-shot up to 4 multi-shot. Not guaranteed to be 4, but it's 4 most of the time. We're also going to be using Magnetic Might for magnetic, as well as the fact that we're also going to be getting more critical damage. Keep in mind, the usual way to do it is you go with Prime Target Cracker, but Prime Target Cracker, if you were to go with that, let me see if I can show you. Right here, it would bring it up to 6.3 multiplier, but you're not missing much. It goes up to 5.6, so I think the fact that you get Punch Through and Magnetic is worth the sacrifice of the small amount of critical multiplier. We'll also be going Mutual Momentum to make the projectiles faster, just so we can hit easier. I find that it does hit almost immediately, especially since you're going to be using a primer. That's right. This is a setup, not a build, so essentially we're going to be using a primer today. Also, our primer is going to be this. It's going to be Tazikor. I like this Tazikor. So it's going to have cold and magnetic, as well as corrosive and radiation, allowing us to get armor stripped, more damage to what is it called? Overguard, and some CC. And keep in mind, we're also using Silver and Contagion, which is going to be really nice. And that is our little thing. Also Split Chamber just for multi-shot. And keep in mind, NPCs cannot ramp up, so it's best to go with a non-ramp up build. We're also going to be going with Nautilus, built like this. We're using cordon on the top left to make sure that it will do the cordon thing, and assault mode right afterwards, so it will actually do the cordon thing first and then the assault mode stuff second. That way it doesn't just like attack things only, because there's assault mode is gonna be off of cooldown and it's just gonna be sucking things in. And we're gonna be using manifold bond. Temporarily, I will be removing contagious bond just so I don't skew my own results. And we're gonna be having tenacious bond just because, yes. Yeah, there we go. And so, yeah, we're going to take this into the simulacrum, and I'll demonstrate how it works. Ready? Let's do this. Hessian just said to respect these guys, and honestly, this is probably the closest to respect I'm going to get to these guys. Like, honestly, I'm literally running around with a big-ass warp crime, so, yeah. I'm a huge fan of Warframe's war crimes, though. I mean, like, there isn't, yeah, there you go, AoE works, but yeah, there isn't much games that allow you to have such a clean modding, like, thing, right? Although, I will probably be playing, what's that game, Duet Night Abyss, so that's pretty fun. But yeah, as you can see, I want energy, like, really badly. Energy, please. Can I have energy? Is that, like, something I can have? I'm not gonna cut it until I get energy. Can I have energy? There we go, thank you. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna... Oh, actually. This is already interesting, but like this is kind of the situation you'll be running into a lot. Just trapped in a corner as your novelist keeps feeding you a horde of enemies, like as if it's trying to kill you, but yeah. this is some literally just Nautilus gameplay with a punch through, which is nice. But yeah. This is basically how the gameplay goes. I'll see if I can find a better room, but other than that, I'm gonna go see if I can find a acolyte. So, yeah. I'll see you there. I was actually just thinking, I brought you guys back for a really interesting reason. So, you're seeing that I actually am using your rally, right? You might be concerned that this is, like, skewing my results, but I'm using Enervate, and I'm not using a crit mod. Essentially, Ureti actually has no effect on this, except for, like, maybe if I were to use her 2. Or not her 2, her 1. If I use her 1, of course it's gonna, like, affect something, right? Also, Nautilus is dead. But yeah, if I were to use, like, her 1, of course it's gonna cause an issue, but because of the way Enervate works, there really isn't, like, any issue where I'm, like, skewing the results right now, so... If you were worried about that, no, that's not the case. I just want to make sure I keep saying that each time, just because someone might, you know, point out at it and see like, oh, he's using your rally, he's skewing the results. It's not a weapon, a free setup. Or like, yeah, it's fine, guys, it's fine. But yeah, I will go to the Acolyte this time. Truth, it's the truth this time, I swear. Oh, there's the Acolyte, nice. Who are you? Who are you? You are... Oh, Torrent! Hey, Torrent. I'm so glad I got an easy one today. Bring it on, bitch. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? I saw that damage. Don't run away from me. Hey. Pretty good. That shield was... Oh, oops. Shield went down pretty easily. I'm glad I got Torrent today. I didn't want to deal with, like, that guy who has the Zephyr bubble. I would have been kind of upset if that was the case. Violence would also have been really great, too, but, like, Torment? Hell yeah. Good to have an easy day on my way back. But, yeah. I will meet you in the outro and show you the build again. And, yeah. I'll see you there. Oh my god, I'm so happy being back making videos for you guys. I really enjoy YouTube. It gets a little tiring sometimes, but honestly, I'm like I said on my post, it wasn't your guys' fault. You guys didn't do anything. I just needed to throw something, and unfortunately, it also happened when my program broke. So yeah. Man really said, I wonder how robust this furniture is. Interesting. I might also be willing to test that. For reasons. Anyway, let's get to the build. Okay, let's get to the build before I lose my mind. But yeah, I'm gonna be using galvanized diffusion for more multi-shot, and every single time I kill, I get more multi-shot. I don't know entirely how much multi-shot I'll get, but I just know it's much higher. Yeah, galvanized shot, which is gonna give us more status, which is also gonna give us damage on kill per status. And with the priming we're doing, we basically do a pretty decent amount of damage. I'm not gonna lie. And we're using Blast with Frostbite and Scorch. Very, very good mods. I would very much recommend these. And that will bring our status chance to 42%. Keep in mind, we're also going to have Punch Through, which is nice. So critical damage and Punch Through. I actually just recently discovered like this type of build. Usually I go with Prime Target Cracker, but I found that if I go this and this, it's much better. So using the new mods to basically make a new meta, which I hope I was on it like fast enough, or probably somebody's gonna probably already did this, but yeah. We have Magnetic Might, which can give us more critical damage and bring our critical damage to 5.6 times. And we're going to be doing Lethal Torrent for more fire rate and multi-shot, which is going to bring our multi-shot to a total of 4 at the most. And we're going to be doing Hornet Strike, which is going to give us base damage, which is going to help us get Galvanized Shot up and ready. Especially since, like, not all enemies will take priming, which is something that not a lot of people will talk about. Lethal Momentum for faster projectiles, which is very, very handy. And secondary Enervate. So we don't have to use a crit mod, but we can still get like red crits every once in a while, which is very, very nice. Thank you, DE, for not nerfing this. I appreciate it. Yes, it took over Ureti's job, but honestly, Ureti has other strengths anyway. And I mean, like I think I do like to have red crits, especially when the weapon like doesn't reach red crits with just Ureti's thing, because Ureti's thing didn't really do this thing where it like forced orange or forced reds. So if you put it on something with low crit chance, it's very, very nice. I do appreciate this. So yeah, that was the build, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I am back. So yeah, have wonderful, wonderful nightmares. I will see you in them, and remember, if you're watching my content, I know you're into it. Honey, honey. Good night.